stuck here. The cops won't bother me. Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at a 2009 Kymco xciting 500 Ri ABS. You know, this scooter brand new costs $7,000. This is a 500cc maxi scooter, and this is my first maxi scooter. I got this as a non-running bike, and so far I'm really liking it. It's actually one of my favorite bikes to ride in my garage right now. I have 3 bikes, but this thing is phenomenally fun to ride. So let's go ahead and look at it. So if you don't know what Kymco is a company in Taiwan. There's quite a few companies in Taiwan that make high quality scooters and motorcycles. And Kymco is probably the most widely known Taiwanese bike manufacturer. And after riding this thing, I do realize that they build some great engines and transmissions. This one is fairly fast. It's definitely capable of highway speed riding, but of course it's got some quirks that are, I think, more typical to maxi scooters. This one up front has got dual rotor disc brakes, and it's also got ABS, and the ABS does work fairly well. The calipers are painted red, so that's a nice stylistic choice. It's even got steel braided brake lines, so this one is completely the top of the line version. It's got fairly aggressive styling up front. You do have one headlight here, and the turn signals are all integrated. Everything is well designed as far as the maxi scooter style. I even like the color. The color looks pretty darn good for a maxi scooter. Doesn't look as aggressive as a T-Max, and you do have a nice windscreen. And it's a smoked windscreen, so it looks good. Integrated turn signals. The wheels are very small diameter. They're 14-inch tires, so 2 sizes smaller than the SH150. This one comes equipped with a center stand and a kickstand. Very effective. One of the benefits of a maxi scooter is comfort. You have so many more places to put your legs on. So you can put your legs up here, you can use sandals while riding. Everything is covered with plastic, so that means that it's also very maintenance intensive if you need to do anything. You know, something I appreciate about Kymco is that they put really good levers on their bikes. So this one's got steel braided everything, and these levers are completely adjustable. This is something that you would only see in very high-end bikes. This left side, you have your high beams, you have your turn signals, your horn, typical, and then you have a high beam passing light, passing button here. On this side, you have a lockable glove box. You also have a bag hook, so you can put your grocery bags here. In the ignition, if you turn it all the way to the left, it opens up the seat. If you push it all the way to the right, it opens up the gas cap. Right side, you have your front brake, you have your kill switch, you have your starter, and of course your throttle. And over here, you have your hazards button. And it's a very simple setup, but I like that it's very high quality. Most Kymcos are not going to be coming with this setup. This is an aftermarket exhaust. It's extremely loud, and that's not the taste for a lot of people, including me. You have your dipstick here. One of the downsides of this particular bike is that this header or this pipe comes out so much that if you make a right turn, it does hit the pipe on the ground. So not a great design when it comes to this, but I wonder it's just because it's a aftermarket exhaust. And also when this is hot, it's very hard to pull this out without burning yourself in the exhaust. Part of owning a maxi scooter like this is the amount of work that you have to do just to pull out a tire. You have to remove the shock, the swing arm here, the exhaust, and then you can pull it out. You have to remove the caliper as well. But not a great system. I kind of wish it was simpler, but the maxi scooters tend to be a little bit more complex like this. The final drive on this is massive. This thing is so big, and I kind of feel like I'm going to be hitting the ground on the left side because this is just so big. It's also a little bit heavy and heavier to the left. So if you look at the amount of weight that's just concentrated here, it makes handling a little bit more difficult, I find. This is equipped with a crocodile style seat. This is not stock at all. You have very good grab handles for your passenger, and of course this thing is very comfortable, mainly because it's an extremely wide seat. Seat on this thing is so wide. It's probably the widest seat I've ever had on a motorcycle or scooter. Front of the seat you have a non-lockable storage compartment, and it's good, I guess, to put things that are not valuable. I have this here. Right side, if you push it all the way up, that's the handbrake. So all the way down means that it's not braked. I usually don't use it, but if you push it all the way up, it locks it. Let's go ahead and open up the seat. Kymco did a very good job styling this thing for practical reasons. Here you have your battery. It's also got a sensor that tells you if you have the seat open. You have a 12-volt cigarette lighter. You also have a light that lights up when you open up the seat. You also have a cell phone holder. That's kind of incredible. Here you have access to your carb or fuel injection. This one is fuel injected, so you have access to your throttle body. On this side, if you pull this down, you have access to your air filter. What I like about this bike is the riding style. The scooter kind of disarms a lot of people. Everybody expects motorcycle guys to be douches when you're riding, but this thing, even though it's a fairly large scooter, it's still a 500cc bike. So you have the speed of going on the highway, but you also have a little bit of the cuteness that goes with scooters. You're not going to get away with parking this thing on the sidewalk because of its massive size, but I think there's a lot that you can get away with this thing. So let's go ahead and start up this bike. Well guys, that's the Kymco 500 Ri. I never thought I'd like a maxi scooter, but now that I'm riding this thing, I just feel so comfortable with it. It feels much more practical than any bike that I've had in a very long time. And when you look in my garage, I have a smaller scooter and I have a Yamaha Tenere, and honestly, I like the maxi scooter a lot more.